Let's go. Welcome back to another week of Stargeekz. What is up? This is Sean.
This is a Will.
This is Steve.
This is Ed, and I love it when we do the song. Sorry.
Yeah, after watching the prequels, this the theme song hits a lot different. The Separatist theme was missed in the sequel trilogy. So
wait. Oh no! How is it that you forget every week that you're going second?
I was trying to turn my lights on in the back, so I was not paying full attention.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to put them green, lightsaber green,
yeah, Sean's got the red, you got the green. It's like we're Christmas.
In the corner there. Yeah, that's right, I do. What's going on, man? How's everybody's week? Yada yada yada. How was your Star Wars week?
So what do I got like Ahsoka going on here with my lights then?
You do. You do.
Yeah. And Ed's got Rey with the yellow background.
Huh.
This is nice. I like this.
Let's see, who else do I got? I bet you I got some Mace Windu.
That's what we need. Yes, the purple.
Especially with this movie.
Yeah.
Correct.
I do have two pickups that I got this week. But Ed, do you have any news this week?
Not a whole lot going on. I know, well, for those who got the early edition, Outlaws is now up and running. There are some bugs. I haven't experienced them yet. I've probably only got maybe 10 hours in so far.
I haven't even started playing yet.
But no, my first impressions are right in line with the average reviews of it being roughly a 7 out of 10. It's open world-ish. It still feels like it's got guardrails and it's driving me in specific directions, which I don't necessarily like when I'm told open world. That, and I think because I love Fallout type games, I want to interact with everything. And you can't do that in this one. So
really?
Go put the mods on Starfield and get your Star Wars game.
I'll trust me. The way this is going, I'll put my time in on Outlaws, and then I'm going to need another fix, and we'll be right there. So, but it's not bad so far. The best part is the feel of the universe. It feels like you're in Star Wars, and they did exactly what I've said on so many of the prequels and sequels. Is they have that feel of the alien races. Like there's tons of Celestins and Aqualish and what the heck is Greedo? Rhodian. So it Trandoshans. So it definitely feels Star Wars. So that is a really good part of it. You're definitely immersed. I haven't figured out if there's a way to change it from a non-third person view. Like I want the first person view. I never play third person in any game, so I hate looking over someone's shoulder. Hopefully that's something I can find the way to fix, but it's not bad so far. I got to give it some more time and really get into the main story because we'll see if they take the guardrails off. But
how's the flying in the game?
I haven't even gotten to that yet.
Really? After 10 hours? Oh, but well, you're like looking at everything, reading everything.
Yes. No. Yeah. Something that would take most people, like you would have done what I've done in the first 2 hours, probably less. But yes, every single corridor, I check everything. I mean, it's just how I roll. So we'll wait and see, and I'll keep everyone updated as I continue to put more hours.
The music, sound effects, all of that's just right in line. Perfect. Good stuff.
So far, yeah.
They did a good job with those Jedi games, Jedi Survivor and the other one, Fallen Order. Like, those games sounded and felt really good.
So. We talked about this a while ago, but it now has been confirmed that Sigourney Weaver is going to be in the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. We have no idea what she's doing. No idea.
Ellen Ripley. Get away from her, you bitch.
You bitch.
Hey. Well, there are some universe crossovers in the movie tonight, so who knows? Anything's possible.
That's actually kind of cool. That's kind of cool. I'm surprised. I'm curious to know who she's gonna be.
I will. I'm happy to see her in anything. I have a forever crush on Sigourney Weaver, and so there it is.
There you go.
Nice.
She's
The only other thing that I saw, which I really hate how just angry some people are. I don't know if any of you saw this, to where they were talking about the Acolyte haters have now gotten to a point to where they're going online to any Acolyte merchandise, and they are just review bombing it because of their hatred of the show. It's ridiculous.
Am I just lazy? Like, when I don't like something, I give it no space, no energy. I'm just like, ugh, and then I move on. I don't. We talked about Acolyte. That's as much as I've given it. As soon as we're not talking about it, I don't talk about it no more. That's it. You don't go posting. You don't. It's just wild.
It's very much like a lot of things in society, to where it's so polarized. It seems like you are either in the camp of you're so upset that they canceled it and you want it back, that you're signing I think, what do they have, like 53,000 in the petition to bring it back. Oh yeah, that want it back. Or you're on the side that is just so hate-filled because it was so bad that you will basically shit on anything that anybody says that's tied to it.
Or you're one of the people that didn't feel either way, but you like want to be part of a camp, so you jump into one of those two, or you bite into some. But that feels like it's like that for not just the Acolyte, but for like most shit now. It's like
it's disappointing.
It's crazy, but that's like life. But
I mean, you know how I felt about Acolyte. It wasn't great, but damn, man,
I wasn't offended by it.
I wasn't offended by it either. I was like, geez.
No.
I like
I was defending it because of the toxic fandom.
Hot take.
You were defending it a little.
I like Acolyte. I like Acolyte more than episodes 8 and 9. Maybe.
Yep. I think I would watch that again before watching.
I'd rather watch the Acolyte than watch those two movies, because at least there's like, Star Wars and shit in it.
Yeah.
Not like Rey and Kylo Ren finding themselves. Ugh.
Yeah, you're right, Steve. I feel the same way you feel about that.
Porgs and shit.
Hey.
Fucking Princess Leia dancing through space.
Porgs in this house are sacred. So
Porgs are a damn shame. That's what porgs are. It's a damn shame.
My family still loves the porgs.
So does Chewbacca.
He saved them. He just stopped eating them.
He saved them for lunch.
Anything else?
There.
News-wise, there wasn't a whole lot going on. It was all Outlaws, and then these little tiny things that popped up here and there.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Well, let me share something real quick. Regal Robot is coming out with their Gamorrean Guard bust, which I will be getting. Shocking. But I really do like this one.
You said it before I could.
I know. I do really like this one. I think
you would have had the Gamorrean Guard. You would have had to get that one for sure.
Yeah, I really like this. I think this is a really cool piece, and I think I'm really on board for it. So I can't wait till it comes out. There are 2 versions. I'm gonna get the regular version. I'm not gonna go all out and spend the sketches are really done. It's by Dave Carson. There's only 60 of them, but they're all watercolor artwork, which is really, really well done. But the Legacy Edition, 160. I think the price on it, the Legacy Edition is $849, and the Signature Edition is $549. 6 months.
What scale is this bust?
It's I don't even know if this is really.
It looks small because somebody's holding it with like.
It's 6.5 inches tall. So I guess in hand,
rough.
I mean,
that's a lot of money.
That's
right
rough for that price, and I know it's the Signature series. It's what all that stuff that goes to the archive, all that kind of stuff. But still, man, jeez.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's on a payment, but it's on a payment plan, so it's not like I gotta spend that much money. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
So you
you
are
do.
eventually spending that much
I
money.
mean, monthly.
Sean, just because you put something on layaway does not
Why y'all
mean
shit-
you're not paying the full
why y'all
payment.
why y'all shitting on my
We're
parade?
not
Listen,
shitting on you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your
Just
conclusion.
Just your methodology on
Yeah.
payments.
We question your math.
well, I mean, the math
Just
is
because you
math.
pay for a car monthly doesn't mean at the end of the day you're not paying, you know,
I mean,
50,
yeah,
60,
of
70
course,
grand, you know.
I get that, but at the same time, I mean, it ain't that bad.
You know,
And it has lineage.
I
mean,
get it.
that's good for you.
It's just a pricey piece for.
Listen, I'm a different collector. Listen, y'all can get out my face. Y'all know what kind of shit I get. So listen,
I do know. I understand.
I'm on a whole.
No, one of us
different
said
level.
that you shouldn't get it. We all just said that for us. Yo.
Y'all did. Y'all
Yeah.
did. I was like, damn. So I also, me and Ed actually, we both got these. I want to light it up. But
Yes.
unfortunately,
Mark it on the calendar. I bought something.
Oh,
You did
wait,
buy
you got these too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Did you already get them in?
So
Yeah,
no.
they're sitting in pocket.
We got these. These are the Paladone Death Star walls. So
Oh, they're made by Paladone?
Yeah.
I didn't know they were made by Paladone. I mean, Paladone does a lot of the signage. They do like all the video game signs that are out now, the PlayStation signs, Xbox signs.
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah.
So these are the Star Walls.
Man, I'm juiced. You got those, man. How long ago? Like 2 months, 3 months ago. I probably told you about those.
Yeah,
things.
it was a while.
Yeah. So I tried to plug it in, but it's not working. So like, I don't know if
Oh,
maybe
that's
I'm
a bad
doing wrong.
review. It came broken.
No,
Oh no.
you got to put batteries in the remote, and they don't give them to you.
Yeah, and I did put batteries in it, but
Cheap bastards.
No.
it ain't working. I don't know.
Sean put some dead batteries in.
Did you get
Yeah,
the plus and minuses?
I
lined up
probably
there?
did. A little knowing me, I probably did put some dead batteries in here, but I mean, they were working before, so I don't know. But anyway, I did get that. I got 2 of those. Maybe next week I'll show you how it is. If I can get some good batteries.
Those are gonna look awesome once you get them on the wall, man.
Yeah,
They're gonna look so freaking
I
cool.
don't even know where to fucking put them at.
Right next to Darth Vader. You got to find a way to put them right next to Darth
I
Vader.
can't. I got a big ass fucking whatchamacallit right here. I got the big ass Harmony
Maybe-
Carbonite right here. There's
maybe
no space.
Put it long ways behind him, above the shelf.
Oh no, that's not gonna look right.
I know it's not gonna look right. They have to go straight up and down.
That's what I told you, Sean, when you were looking at them. I'm like, where the hell are you gonna hang them?
On the side of your cabinets anywhere, the side of your shelves, those black shelves are deep.
How?
They can go right. On the
There's
side of it.
there's
No,
no
On the outside?
On the
But
outside.
he's
On the
got
side.
other things. They're not solo. You know, it's not like a door.
So like
you
on
know.
the right side of his shelf, right there, where Vader's on top of. That's not an
It's
empty
still-
space.
It's still too
I
much.
can't.
It's not
It's
tall
only gonna
enough.
be halfway because these
Yeah.
are big as shit. So I can't. I
You
literally
can
have
see
to
where
go-
it's standing right there from the ground up. I mean,
Yeah,
those are tall.
I can't. There's nowhere. I only have like 2 places I can put it at. So I'm just like, fuck.
You know what? The entrance walking down to your basement, just have them lined up there, so it's like you're walking into.
Oh, guess what?
the
I have
Death
no space there either. So I am
Well,
screwed.
Star.
Yeah. I just bought shit for nothing. Just like, damn. So I
'Cause
gotta
they're
find
awesome.
Ah,
You got to find somewhere to put them. They're cool looking.
So
see, and there is the silver lining of buying nothing because I have plenty of wall space.
yeah, well, good for you, buddy.
Or where I stop buying stuff, even though I like stuff.
Yeah, I gotta stop buying shit, dude. I got it. Well, I'm down to my last couple pieces, so we'll see. I hope so.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a decade.
I am a liar. I am sorry. Oh,
I'm down to my last couple pieces. How many is a couple in your book?
wait till you see this. Wait till you see this next shit. Mind you, I forgot all about this shit. I forgot, like literally forgot about it.
Because it was on a payment. Because it was on a payment plan.
It was on a payment
It came.
Literally forgot all about it. So I ordered this like a year ago and some change. Mind you, I'm not even into helmets anymore. Like I'm just like, God damn it. So, and I ended up moving all my helmets over there in one section. So now I got this damn Darth Vader, Macquarie Darth Vader.
That's fucking awesome, though.
Yes.
Yeah. So
The McCory version is so much scarier than what we got.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it till this time when you pulled it up, but because they used that as the design for the Clone Wars Darth Vader.
Yeah.
When he fights Ahsoka, looks so good.
Yeah, it has red eyes. Yeah, you can see the red eyes in there. Yeah, it's a really nice piece. It was a custom made piece. It cost me about maybe like 6 or 7.
It cost you nothing. I was on a payment plan.
Yeah, it was on a payment plan. It cost me nothing.
It cost that much, but it is not how much you paid.
Yeah, the helmet does come off. These are actually metal pieces right here, which is, again, the whole thing was custom made.
So does it fit you?
Oh no, I would never put it on. It might though. Hold on, give me 2 seconds.
Really? Oh
yeah, I guess I could put it on. Oops, shit. I guess I could put it on. I didn't even think about that shit.
Oh, see, now I like it even more.
Yeah. So we'll go on that way if I could put it on properly.
And we can hear you pretty well through it. So
yeah, it's got a nice little echo thing right here too. So yeah, pretty cool.
Very
That
cool.
is cool. You could say you're done with helmets all you want, but there's so many cool Star Wars helmets.
And when you see the next one, you're gonna be.
No. I think I'm okay. I mean, if they do a Boba Fett one, I'm definitely probably gonna get it. But it's a great helmet.
What if they did like a animated Boba Fett one, like with the animated colors, the
holiday special Boba Fett?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The blue and yellow.
It's a great piece, and it was also signed. Actually, there's a signed plaque by Brian Muir, the man who actually designed the Darth Vader helmet. So
that's cool.
Really cool. Nice piece. Again, concept art. I love the concept of Darth Vader anyway, because I already had that piece actually. So I'm gonna find somewhere to put it at next to it. So I was telling Ed earlier, the one that actually EFX made from the original line now is going for about $10,000. Yeah. So I don't know. You know what I mean? People have been making this one for a while, but again, it's a nice piece, man. Like it really is a nice piece, and I'm glad to have it a part of my collection. I kind of want to put it on a pedestal and put like lights on it just to have it kind of shining up there. But overall, I'm really I'm happy with it. I forgot all about it, but I'm glad I got it. It was a HYPERDRIVE exclusive, which is if you're on the Facebook pages, there's a group that does like, you know, little small pieces or whatever here and there, little small runs. But you got to be part of the Facebook group, which, joining the Facebook groups on fucking Facebook for Star Wars has got me into so much trouble in the last 2 years. Like, it opened me up to like all this opened me up to like a lot of different shit, and it fucked me up. Like it did. It was like, seeing other people's displays and just like, go ahead.
No, I know what you mean. I've seen some of them, and it's painful.
Yeah, it messed me up, man. It's like, wow, I can get that kind of stuff from my collection. Oh man, let me see what I can do. Like I just went deep down the rabbit hole, like a little goes on YouTube. I just went down the rabbit hole.
I did that earlier today. He's like, "What the hell are we watching?"
You just go down the rabbit hole.
Down the rabbit hole.
And there's so many other people. I met some people on these Star Wars pages, man, and it's really kind of cool. I've done a couple shows, and like it's actually I'm doing a show in a couple weeks. It's kind of fun to realize how many Star Wars collectors are out there and what they collect and stuff like that. So it actually gave me the energy to do this show. So it's cool. But yeah, that is it for me. So let's get to the big shebang of the day. We are going to review Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Attack of the Clones. Directed by George Lucas, starring Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor, Who the hell is this girl?
Natalie
You-
Portman.
Yeah,
Ewan
now,
McGregor's making quite the face there on that poster, ain't he? He's just like, hello.
yeah, I have my phone on me. I don't know what I did with my phone. Again, Attack of the Clones is a sequel to Phantom Menace. So
You just going off the cuff right now.
yeah, dude, I am going off the cuff right now because I'm trying to figure it out. But sorry about that. But again, we got a chance to review it. Again, the cast. Again, let me go back through this. It's Tamara Morrison, Natalie Portman, Rose Byrne, Christopher Lee, Daniel Logan, Ian McDermott, Samuel Jackson, Joel Edgerton, Anthony Daniels, and many, many more. And Jimmy Schmitz. Just want to add him to the.
Can't ever forget about Jimmy Smith.
Yeah. So this takes place 10 years after the Phantom Menace. The Republic continues to be mirrored in strife and chaos. A separatist movement encompasses the hundreds of planets, and powerful corporate alliances pose new threats to the galaxy that even the Jedi cannot stem. Again, Attack of the Clones. Do I review it right now? Yeah, I'll give my take on it real quick. I am fucking surprised that I actually really did watch. I really liked this one this time around for some reason. I remember last time I reviewed, I was like, there's a lot of like, talky, but then realizing that there isn't not a lot of talky. It actually flows right through. The only parts that I actually didn't like was like the Anakin and the Padme thing. It was like, I can skip through this because it really was a lot of talky there. But if you get through that part right there, like the rest of the movie actually is really fucking good. There's a little some. Go ahead.
That was Steve's favorite part because we know he loves the love stuff.
Yeah, but the CGI was a little questionable, but like overall, Attack of the Clones is really fucking good, and it fits well with the Clone Wars, so that actually even helps a little bit more. But to me, it's actually gets a hero. I really enjoyed it. So Attack of the Clones, hero for me. Hello.
I can't give this a hero. I can't. As much as I enjoy everything that every time Ewan McGregor's on the screen, I'm enjoying the movie.
Right.
That love story is just ridiculous, and it takes me out every time it comes out.
Yeah, that's why I fast forward.
And the intersection, that's always that. So the fact that you're fast forwarding through, 20, 30 minutes of the movie,
No, it was about 10, 15 minutes. It wasn't that bad.
It's longer than that. It drags out. It feels like it's forever. Good fight scenes. And also I did, watching this again, that scene where Anakin and Padme go to save Obi-Wan, where they're in that little, whatever that plant. It's just so unnecessary. I'm just like watching this. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, and why is this so long? Like, it's just a long, drawn out scene that I'm like, just get to the Coliseum. It's a high sidekick because I think there's a lot of good to it, but I don't think it's. Again, I go back to my original feelings about this. Like, these two movies should have been cut down and merged into one movie. Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. If you merge these into one movie, I think you're going to get better bang for your buck and a better storyline. There's a lot. They drag these things out a lot. I mean, this movie's 2 hours and 20 minutes. Like, what the hell? It's just long.
Okay. All right.
So, Steve, all right.
You got it, Steve.
I'm going to go the exact opposite of you. I don't think this shit is long enough. Here's the problem with the love story. Wow,
I like you.
I'm going to tell you what the problem with the love story when I came across today. They didn't have enough time. This could possibly be like, if it was given like a long form story, like a seasons long, this could be like one of the best love stories ever told. they're covering a lot of ground. I made a big joke last week about her grooming a child because like there's a big age difference. They have to cover that gap. They have to address where they are, put them in situations. Somehow they have to fall in love. Like I was rolling my eyes at some of the dialogue, but it occurred to me that they're trying to get very big points across in a very small amount of time. This movie's pacing is like scene, next. Like maybe the scenes play slowly, but like it's constantly moving.
Yeah, it is kind of.
And I felt like this time around, I know that Ed made a joke about me not loving the love stuff, but I felt this time around like I didn't get enough. I wanted more. I needed more of that explored to make it land more because I feel like at the end it's where it needs to be, but I don't feel like I was privy to how it got there.
Well, exactly. Yeah. That's bad storytelling, especially when you have 2 hours and 20 minutes that you are unable to. There is time if they do it right.
I don't think that the movie is the proper way to tell the early Anakin Skywalker story. I guarantee you that when we're in our 80s and they remake all this shit, because it's going to happen, that they're going to do all this shit as TV shows. Star Wars Episode 1 will be a whole season. Episode 2
or multiple movies.
I mean, there's so much fruit on this tree, and I think the problem is their eyes were too big. The story is too big for how they have to tell it.
Well, so the story got told in Clone Wars, which was a lot bigger, and it actually grew their relationship within the Clone Wars and Attack of the Clones. So if you start from the Clone Wars,
they already got married
and work your way, but if you work your way up in this, it actually all plays out. Really well.
I kind of want, like, when he's talking about like all the past with him and Obi-Wan, and she's had a bunch of shit go down in the last 10 years. Like, I want all this. I want all of that, and I want to, I really like these characters this time around. I really bought into them. I think Hayden Christensen had a fucking uphill battle playing Darth Vader, and I think he did a great job. Natalie Portman is just jaw-dropping in this, and Ewan McGregor kicks ass. And even this time around, Yoda doing his fucking crazy hamster shit. Beautiful.
Agreed.
Loved it. I think Christopher Lee is a trash Sith who should just, like, that was the only, okay, I'll give him a gripe about that. The finale fight was no good. Like, when it was Yoda, it was cool, but all that shit with like the lightsabers going in front of the faces, I didn't like that.
Just change the color of the background, and
yeah. Vroom, vroom. Oh, look,
it felt like
red now. Oh,
it felt like Master of the Universe. That end fight between He-Man and Skeletor, the movie, where there's just like the two of them and it's just colors.
Well, and then like we'll get into it. I'll talk about more about it, but like I really liked it. I'm gonna go with Sean and give it a hero, and I just found myself wanting more of the love stuff. So. Yeah, there it is. Ed.
I'm kind of in between all of this. So, and I'm sure that there's some who will criticize me as a Star Wars fan, but as far as an overall review, I'm definitely on the high sidekick end of it. I love the story. I love where it goes. My primary issue is probably with George Lucas. His storytelling is amazing. He is not a director. And that is the reason why the original trilogy is so good, because, I mean, again, Empire Strikes Back, that's Irvin Kershner putting his spin on George Lucas's idea. George should have never directed these. He should have started writing it and gone from there, because I think that's where it struggles when you have Hayden Christensen, who we've seen in other things, can do a much better job. His delivery, the dialogue, it's so clunky, it's painful. And then when it starts to kind of get right and I'm enjoying the story, then you give me the slapstick of C-3PO, which makes my skin crawl. It's just way overboard.
Good call.
But that was for the kids. Like, you can't.
But you got to pick a lane, though. Like, either you're making a move, like it just jumps. It's all over the place. And I know a lot of it, and there's some stuff that they talked about was, as this is being made, because George Lucas has kids that are younger, it's like, okay, I'm making Star Wars. Oh, but my kids want this. Let's throw that in here. I mean, oh, I'm doing Star Wars, but my kids want this. Let's throw that in here. He's all over the place. And it causes the movie to suffer in the end. I mean, it could be so much more if the dialogue and the directing was cleaned up. But I still like it, and I enjoy where it goes. And, Clone Wars, the animated series, makes both this movie and the next one so much better. But it's still, you can't, the whininess, I mean, you could argue and say that, okay, now we know where Luke gets his little whiny bitchness from, his father. Because it's just like, he's holding me back. Like, seriously?
This isn't fair. I mean,
and then in the next line, it's like, oh, but I love him. He's like a father to me. It's like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah,
he's bipolar, man. Like, man, he just needs medicine.
He needs some meds. Yeah.
So okay. So too high.
He's out cougar hunting, man.
And the crazy thing is like Yoda sees all this or feels all this, never addresses any of it.
Never
addresses.
The more I watch Star Wars, the more Yoda seems kind of like a piece of shit.
I've said this many a times.
Little green.
I've said this many a times. Like, no, you're the villain.
Like, he roasts Obi-Wan in front of all those kids. That's a dick move.
Yeah, that was a dick move. That was a real dick move. Yeah,
he's like, it looks like he lost a planet.
That was fucked up. You were just like, damn, like for real.
All the kids started laughing at him. I'm like, fuck, man, he just came out of here out of war and shit. You're making all these kids laugh at him. It's fucked up.
Yeah, there's a lot of Jedi moments in here that when you analyze it, it's like,
he's passive aggressive.
There's a lot of weird shit talking too. Like when Dooku and Obi-Wan are fighting, and he's like, "Oh, I thought Yoda praises you. You suck, little bitch," and then Bob knocks him right out. I'm like, if Obi-Wan goes out
that's the problem. Like even when Dooku defeats Hayden Christensen, there, you're like they're fighting, and then Anakin just goes like this. He's just like, and then Christopher Lee's like, okay. Why did you assume that stance? That was unnecessary.
So let me ask y'all a question. Do you think do you think that Hayden Christensen played a good Anakin Skywalker to this point now? Like, has it paid off for him at this point?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
he is Anakin Skywalker at this point. Like when you think about Anakin Skywalker, you think of Hayden Christensen, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
When you think of Darth Vader, you don't think of Anakin. You don't think of Hayden Christensen. But when you think of Anakin Skywalker,
back then, man, the fans was brutal. They was brutal to them, man. Brutal.
Well, and I still think it's a mistake for them to put Anakin in Return of the Jedi.
Oh yeah, that's no good.
No, that's no good at all. That's
no good.
So,
what does that even mean? Like, why is he young and why is it Alec Guinness and why? Like Obi-Wan's over here, like, what the fuck, man? Like,
yeah, you and McGregor's like, man, I put in all this damn work. Alec Guinness didn't even want to be here. It's like, I don't know.
Alec Guinness didn't want to be there. What do you mean he didn't want to be there?
Alec Guinness was very famously like making fun of the movie while he was.
I was gonna say he talked shit about all those movies. Like especially after the first one, he did not want to be back.
Oh, okay.
I feel bad for Sebastian Shaw, the guy who played the old Anakin. It's like, here you go. Oh, never mind. You're out.
Yeah, back.
You've been erased from history.
That's why I was like, so they're trying to say like that's when he that was the last time he was good. But then like, what happened when he turned good at the end? Like that was the last time he was good, right?
Yeah,
should have been crusty old man.
Yep.
Yeah, it's better than the originals. And new shit is terrible. I hate all of it. But all right.
Well, I get what you're saying, Ed, about the directing here, because you can see the weird directing choices, but a sequel trilogy, George Lucas had his mitts off of those, and I'd rather watch these.
I'd rather have him back. Yeah.
So I think That's why I'm high on it, because this Star Wars feels familiar when I'm watching it. It's all the sounds, all the music, the visuals, everything just feels like real Star Wars as opposed to some of the stuff we've been getting.
I mean, they put a lot into this shit, so
I think the biggest difference, though, when you look at the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, because of having different directors, you had because once you have A New Hope,
I agree, Lucas.
It's riding high and everybody's enjoying it. And then even when Lucas tapped Kirshner to do it, Kirshner didn't want to. He's like, dude, this thing is too big. Like, I can't, I don't want this. But he did it, but staying within the confines of the story and the feel. Like, he added his own flavor to it. I think unlike the sequel trilogies, to where you pretty much go, okay, you're the director, go do whatever you want. Like, no. You still need to color inside the lines. Don't come into this and go, well, here's my concept of Star Wars. No, we have a concept for Star Wars. We just need you to direct the Star Wars movie.
And that's a whole, I think, more of a Kathleen Kennedy thing. Like, I think, again, I don't really take anything. I don't take anything away from her, but because I mean, she was there in the beginning, but I think they just kind of didn't. I don't think they thought it out. I think it was more of a rush deal of like, we got to get a Star Wars movie out, and we want to make sure we have 3 different directors for it. And I think that it just wasn't thought out to a point. The storyline wasn't thought out in the sequels, in the sequels. So like, to me, it just that was the problem with the sequels. It just wasn't thought out like it should have been.
Well, and I get frustrated when people talk about the sequel trilogy because everyone loved episode 7. Hands down, everyone loved episode 7, but I get, Steve, you're on mute. I get.
I was gonna say I autocorrected myself earlier. I was like, oh, I took out episode 7 out. But I still like that.
Yeah, you did. But I get it leads to 8. 8 was horrible because it set up stuff that it just didn't pay off, right? And then it went down this weird rabbit hole. And 9 then try to readjust and try to do something different. And it wasn't cohesive, right? It was like a weird disconnect with the same characters and same actors. But the thing is like, if you look at those movies visually, stylistically, all that kind of stuff, they were all really well done.
Oh, special effects wise and all that?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. The problem is you took Luke Skywalker, one of the greatest characters of all time, and made him suck an alien's tit for blue milk, and it gets weird, man.
It does. I mean, but I always argue that he was a bitch boy anyway in the original trilogy, but
no, they doubled down on that.
That's the arc, bro. He starts as a little bitch boy, and then he turns into the motherfucker that came in at the end of season 2 of Mandalorian. That's what he turns into.
Yes.
And so I need more of that Luke. Why? You skipped all of that Luke. He just skipped all of that shit.
He did skip all that
Luke. Whiny Luke. Now I'm a Jedi, and now I'm an angry, crusty bear. Like, what? I know he was awesome in there. A whole bunch of awesome. So,
yeah.
So they had competent directors. I mean, J.J. Abrams is a competent director.
He is a competent director. So is Rian Johnson.
Rian Johnson is,
I just think that I think he thought that his playground was a little different. I don't know, but like, it didn't work the way he wanted it to. So,
and they were people who have championed Star Wars for years, even before. So it's like they do care about Star Wars, but they just had a different take.
I'm like subconsciously bitter to Rian Johnson. I haven't watched any of his Knives Out movie. I'm like, I don't want to.
Oh my God, they're great.
I don't even want to. I don't want to even support him. I
love Knives Out. The first Knives Out is fantastic.
I don't know about that other one.
No, the first one was great. The second one was okay.
He hasn't gotten my money, my stream, nothing. Not shit. I paid that money a full price ticket on opening night for Star Wars Episode 8, and that's the last penny he's getting from me.
Lucas agrees with you.
Lucas agrees with you, Steve. All right, so listen, I mean, do we need to go? Do we go this beat by beat, or we just kind of
I like this part though, because everybody got like, it was like you get a Wilhelm scream right here, like early.
Oh,
like right when the blowing up happens, like immediately. Yeah, like, yes.
I need to add that to the soundboard.
And the lady that took Padme's spot here, I don't know if you noticed, that bomb blew her right out of her fucking shoes. She was laying on the tarmac barefoot. I was like, damn,
Actually,
you knocked her fucking socks off.
I think if you look, there's a body like at the top of this fireball here that's blown up into the sky.
Holy shit.
Oh, yeah.
What if like he's like, it didn't really hurt him, but then it just blows him off of the lift? He's like, oh, I made it. Oh. Oh no. I love all the visual. Like, there's got to be rooms that look like this. It looks so good.
Dude,
so
the fucking Emperor's chair fucking was great. I was like, that's a great. And when we first watched that, everybody, goddamn well, everybody was like, oh, look at the chair.
Doesn't it look like that room smells like clean? Like, it just smells like whatever clean smells like. That's what that room smells like.
Yeah.
Well, and with the chair, that's one of the reasons when people ask, and I'll tell them, when you watch, again, if we skip out the sequel trilogy, if you watch the other 6, I always say watch 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6, because the build up, especially this one and the next one, as you get to see Palpatine become the Emperor, I think it makes him in Jedi so much better.
I always think it's funny. You can tell the people that are wearing the gloves over their hands because they can't relax their fingers like normal. They're always like, all the aliens are just straight out.
So we were talking about in this early scene, he makes a comment where he's like, oh, the shroud of the dark side clouds everything. It's like, dude, why would you say that out loud to anyone who is not a Jedi?
I guess they didn't know.
But still, I'm not, if we've got a flaw, if there's a problem with the 4 of us and there's something, I'm not saying it here live on the air for everybody else to know. I'm going to keep that behind the scenes. Like, why would you tell anybody that? Especially a politician.
You got 7 Jedis in there. Ain't nobody knew nothing. But yet Samuel L. Jackson was sitting in his seat like, this motherfucker don't look right. But he just stayed there. Yeah, it was like you knew something, but you ain't say nothing. Like something was wrong there. But
anybody else weirded out that he's wearing all black and he's got like a giant fucking Prometheus zombie as his fucking guard? Like, this doesn't seem right?
It just don't seem right. It's just like
you just seem evil, bro. I don't trust you.
Yeah, you're big.
I love democracy.
Yeah, like nobody here trusts their intuition. They're just like, it's so evil, but like, he filled out the right paperwork, so I guess we're just gonna fucking go along with it.
He filled out the right paperwork.
Fuck. Just trust your intuition. Jimmy Smits looks paranoid as fuck the whole movie. At no point does he ever trust his gut. It's just like, all this shit seems crazy. I guess we'll just do it anyways.
Well, you figure they are way outnumbered because at this point, Palpatine has basically witchcraft the entire Senate. So there's a very small group who I guess they're the only ones that aren't weak-minded, that aren't going along with him. So
looks like he's hot.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? The guy with the one eye, he looks like Tamara Morrison. So I always keep thinking, like, is he a clone? But he wasn't. It was a different dude. But
is that a CGI eye patch? It looks really fake.
No,
still. It looks fake here. I'm saying.
They were supposed to use the same actor from the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But when they were doing this, I think because of the backlash that Phantom Menace got, he demanded the full script. And of course, for secrecy, Lucas is like, no, you're a very bit character. You cannot have the full script. So he said, fine, I'm out. So
that was the black guy, right? It was a black guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Panaka.
Yeah. Huh.
So
this guy's name was Captain Gregor, which I was like, oh, well, that's interesting, but I guess it didn't really play out. So whatever.
Yeah, Captain Tanaka shouldn't be making fucking demands, bro. Your legs were hella wide going up the side of that building. Chill out and learn, get in your standing lane. You can't even go up a fucking grappling hook, right?
Boy, they really they took yo, the crazy part is that fucking Jar Jar Binks fucked it up for everybody.
Oh yeah, well that
everybody.
I think that was kind of one of those to where we're gonna limit his exposure in this movie because everyone hates him, but we'll give it some payoff because we will make him the reason that the whole thing goes sideways.
Yeah,
and this
so close. He just could have gotten run over by that fucking tank in the first movie, and then none of this would have happened.
Yeah.
Fucking Qui-Gon.
Trusted too many people, Qui-Gon.
Useless ass. And then Qui-Gon goes and dies, fucks it all. He's like, fucking deal with this.
And then comes back as a Force ghost to not tell anybody about that shit.
Comes back as a Force ghost after all of this shit. Like,
he's sitting out.
He did the fucking Homer into the bushes as a Force ghost. Like, I'm just going to chill. I'm going to wait.
He watched all this shit from his little high horse in the sky.
Then he has the nerve to pop out of Obi-Wan, like walking through the desert, like, "Hey, buddy!" Like, what the fuck?
Where the fuck you been at?
I've been here the whole time. Like, what the fuck?
Do you know what I've been through?
Oh, I do.
It's like, oh,
I'm a terrible person.
Oh man.
This is the first scene when I had
evil.
This was the first scene I had an issue with the direction to where Anakin and Obi-Wan are arguing with each other. I mean, I get what they're trying to come across, but again, it felt so uncomfortable. Maybe that's what they were going for. But it's like, well, that was implied in our mandate. Like, and he's like, well, you will know your place. Like, whoa, like, dude. Okay. Calm down,
bro.
Yeah,
and their rule. Whenever somebody asks him about their rules in this movie, they always speak in riddles. Like, well, we're not supposed to love, but you could say we're encouraged to love. Like, what the fuck is it? Which one is it? Like, can you tell me what the rules are? Stop playing games.
He's trying to.
I don't know. Fucking Yoda told me the rules. Well, you fucking understand it. I don't know.
He's just trying to retcon his own feelings for the girl who groomed him.
It's true. It's true, huh? Every time she's like, well, we can't because of this. He's like, well, that's technically not true. Like, bro, calm down.
The poisonous space worms. It's kind of a cool idea as far as a way to kill her.
Yeah. I mean,
just drop them in.
Sitting in there not doing shit.
And you know what the best way to fight, the best course of action against poisonous worms? Lightsabers.
Yeah. Right next to her head.
Yeah. Right next to, like, it's like an inch more. What if he would have tripped?
Oh my god, he like jumps over that little table and fucking clips his toe and like right through her fucking head. It's like
then we wouldn't have to worry about any of this, Like,
yeah. Dang.
This was cool. I like this scene because of the graphically it was cool. Yeah. It looked like they were actually like there was times where Obi-Wan was driving and he would like shift down and move the thing and then the car like it looked like they were actually doing shit and the sound was all very cool too.
It was great.
Yeah.
I'm surprised a little did not like this because it was like it sounded like a pod
race. It wasn't as obnoxious as the pod race.
Yeah.
There were a few times I was like, my old man, shaking his fist at the cloud was coming out because then he, got really loud there, and a little bit of the ADR. But I was like, all right.
It was very Blade Runner. I really like that whole scene of Coruscant.
And this
Coruscant.
There's how like we could never have flying like people are like, why do we have flying cars? I'm like. There's too many crashes on regular ass roads. What do you think we're gonna do? When some asshole gets in a plane flying around. I got a V8 Hemi.
I was gonna say,
had a bad day at work.
People don't know how to drive as is. Yeah, now we want them to fly. No wonder.
Could you imagine motherfuckers driving in the air? Oh, it'd be terrible. It would be so terrible. People be jumping from their cars and shit. You'd be like, what the fuck? Come on.
Like, you see how people pass you. Could you imagine someone's trying to get around you on the sky? There's like, yeah, fucking all around. Oh, shit.
It'd be terrible.
One of the things that always sticks out to me in this scene is
Like it's still
Yo,
convoluted.
right.
Like,
Right?
how did you get this contract? Well, I talked to this guy. You go find that guy. How did you get this contract? Well, I actually got hired by him. I got hired by him. What the fuck? I mean, I guess like that makes sense. Like it slows them down getting back to Django, right? Like by the time they figure this out, like,
but it did though. None of that worked though. All the shit he didn't even work.
It's true. They figured it out really quickly.
Really.
But then again, time moves quickly in this show, like in this movie. Like this, did they really fall in love over the course of an hour, or did months go by? Like I don't even know.
He's been pining over her for 10 years.
Yeah, that's true. He has.
He's got a picture of her in his Jedi locker.
Yeah. I like the scene too, and is very cantina-esque. It was a great scene though.
I love it. I love all this stuff.
Yeah, we get a cantina scene in every trilogy.
True. That's true.
You can't not have one. There were a lot of people in the background in this cantina. Anthony Daniels and Ahmad Best both got, as you can see, no makeup cameos in here. Doug Chang, he was actually outside the cantina, so he got an appearance. And then because of the timing of this with their tie-in with because the Matrix was so big, you have from the previous movie, you have Mouse from the Matrix, who is your guy with death sticks, and the lady in the red dress was also in there. So
nice.
Yep. I did not pick those up.
You can hear it in the death sticks. So
Want to want some death sticks?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't want to sell you death sticks.
I want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
Doug Chang looks so young.
Oh yeah,
so young. For somebody who did all the storyboards and all the art for this shit, like, man, he had a hell of a job. Did a hell of a job too. So,
yes, indeed.
I love this. This was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool, but I don't know why they had to take her outside and lay her on the ground.
I ain't saying that either. Like he cut off her hand or some shit.
Yeah.
Well, they wanted to get away from the prying eyes of the crowd. So let's take her to a back alley and we'll interrogate her. And as Anakin was about to demonstrate, if that means we got to go Jedi hard on her, we don't want anybody watching.
Yeah, they took her into the alley to murder her away from witnesses. If they didn't tell him what they needed to know.
Well, Anakin was about to, right? Like,
yeah, the aeronaut.
Oh, yeah, no. Anakin, and then all of a sudden, Django's like, "She's gonna talk.
I love.
We'll shut her up."
I also love how everybody's like always like peeking around the corner, watching to see if their plan's unfolding. Like, they're like, who could have done this? Where is this guy? And they turn around and he's like, oh, like, oh, there he is, right fucking there. So we have galaxies that we traverse. Galaxy, he's right there on that fucking building, right fucking there,
right on the stoop watching. Like
we had this crazy fucking high-rise chase that went for like, I don't know, 150 miles.
Was he in the background following the whole fucking time? Like, what a piece
right there.
Show me that.
Yeah, and if you wanted Padme dead and he knew that they jumped out the window chasing her, why didn't he go back and finish her off?
Yeah, he's like, oh, guess what? Totally unguarded right now.
Like, yeah, who's gonna fucking save her?
And the window's wide open, right? Because didn't Anakin jump through the window? Like, like what?
Obi-Wan jumped through the window.
Oh, Obi-Wan, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
And he shot Zam Wessel with a dart from like a mile away. You telling me Padme never goes outside?
Yo, I'm saying, if they wanted her dead, she'd have been dead.
Lucas,
instead it's constant like, no, we'll tie her to that stick and let that alien bug kill her, and we'll just walk away and we're just because,
Here's where we get an indication that these two have been talking for quite some time.
Yeah.
So once again, Anakin demonstrates that he is capable of being groomed by anyone.
God damn.
He is Anakin Skywalker, groomable.
This is so bad.
It's like, good Lord. Getting groomed.
Here's again another one of those very uncomfortable. I don't know if it's poorly directed or just written, but the whole thing of once again complaining that Anakin or that Obi-Wan's his cause for everything, but he loves him like a father.
He just changes his attitude so quickly.
Yo, she did hit him with the I don't feel comfortable kind of shit though.
Oh, he was giving her the look.
But and she was like, "Don't look at me like that." He's like, "What?" It's like, "No, dude, that's not the right answer."
No, yeah, in this day and age, you just got me too, bro.
Yeah. She's gonna go talk to HR, bro.
Yeah, for real. The High Council ain't gonna like that. You gonna get fired.
Yeah. As soon as he gets back, the first Jedi is like, "Excuse me, Mr. Skywalker, we need to have a moment of your time, please. Please come into the office."
Jedi
somebody gets a call. Hello, Jedi Tower HR. Hello. Fuck. Hold on. Fucking Skywalker's perving on that senator lady. Fuck. We gotta get him on desk duty.
Oh no, we're firing him.
Yeah.
Take his lightsaber.
He needs to go back for 42 hours of sensitivity training.
He's over.
Yeah, and they have to have 50s diner in a galaxy far, far away.
I love this though. I like this. This is cool.
It was cool. I liked his whole look. It was very, you could tell the CGI, but I thought it looked pretty good anyways. Even though it was
this character is actually, am I crazy? This character is actually a Jedi in the Clone Wars, right? Who took out
no, he's same species, different one.
Same species though. Yeah, I know it's a different one.
Yeah, because this is Dexter Jetster, and I think the other one is Gascon, or is it Gascon? I can't remember his name in it, but
it's one that took out all the clones and shit, which is a good episode.
Oh yes,
great episode.
So, and his Dex.
Wow. What do you know?
What do you know?
This is a good scene. I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, I like him as a character.
Yeah.
Well, you need him because it gets you to Camino, and Camino is fucking tight. So
yeah, this was.
Oh, we talked about this scene. That's where Obi-Wan gets roasted.
Yeah, well, the librarian's like, well, it's not.
Yeah. Well, I have that.
Library.
I have that audio clip. She is just a bitch Jedi.
If a lie does not appear in our records, it does not exist.
Yeah, baby. If it's not in the records, it doesn't exist. What the hell?
The way is like, and then walk.
Yeah.
But then he goes to Yoda, and Yoda's like, no, it's there. Go to it. And it's like, well, why don't we fix the records too?
And not only that, but he like tells the kids, all right, kids, gather around. Gotta figure this out. Like,
well, he doesn't even figure it out. He asked the kids. All right, you kids figure it out.
Noah has no chill.
That's right. Didn't they have was there a mail away figure for her?
Yeah, it was. There was a mail away figure.
Was that the mail away figure for her?
Yeah,
I was like,
old lady.
Who the fuck is mailing away for an old lady action figure? Like,
that's who you got to get the action figure for someone who you think is a nag. Like, there you go. It reminded me of you.
Cut out
who
15 UPCs and send them.
Poor old ass lady.
For the librarian action figure.
Here's the next in a very long line of uncomfortable Anakin moments. I'm in charge of security, my lady. It's like, I grew up like, wow, he fights with everybody.
Well, she does try to like dress him down, and the guy does like ask him, and she's like, actually, he's just a little kid learner.
Yeah,
like
he's a Padawan.
Damn, you called him a learner in front of the whole fucking room.
No, she did shit on him. That was fucked up.
Yeah. Like they asked him, like, and he is there to like, come on, that's a little fucked up. I thought when you said uncomfortable, I thought you were talking about uncomfortable chairs because all these chairs look
uncomfortable. Yeesh.
They got the bad end.
Nice table though.
All this shit is fucking so good.
I love this part.
The water planet, these aliens look awesome. All this white technology, everything just is so good about all of this.
This Camino she's from the clone. She's from Bad Batch, right? Am I right?
Yeah,
Or am I wrong?
Nalase.
They
No,
got
say
one of
right.
them aliens on the Jedi Council, I thought, right?
I don't remember that.
I
I
saw
don't
one
think-
in the last episode
yeah,
with the
yeah,
long
you're
ass
right.
neck
Yeah, you're right. Maybe she's
sitting
not
at
one
that
of them.
table. Maybe.
But that is now say, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Or no,
Now say.
I think we see her later. I don't know if this is Nalase. I'm trying to think of Boba Fett when she comes to the door. Tan Wei. That's who she is.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Well,
So
keep it going.
Yeah.
I love this whole scene. This whole Clone Wars scene was fucking great. Like the clone army and shit like that. I thought it was phenomenal. All the Tamara Morrisons, but then they started having like they started showing them in the helmets and all that kind of shit. I thought that was great.
Nah, the
yeah.
Jedi was what Yarel Poof. Poof. He's a Cormian. He's got the same like long ass neck, but it's not that.
Oh, okay. I fast forward right through this part. I
the kiss. The
See-
kiss that set it off.
Again, you give it a hero, but you're fast forwarding through.
Yeah, I didn't want to see this part. I love the whole movie. I just didn't like this part. It was boring. I know it was boring.
I'm fine with it. Natalie Portman looks very nice.
Natalie Portman does look nice. Though. I ain't gonna hold.
I put this one in on purpose because there was I don't even know what the event was, but you had of the cast from this movie on stage, and they were talking about different moments when they were making this. And again, to where Obi-Wan comes to the door, young Boba Fett is there, and apparently George Lucas was struggling with the direction as far as, the look and the feel that he wanted Daniel Logan to have here. So it was Ewan McGregor who pulls him aside, and they tell this in that panel. And he basically tells this young Daniel Logan, so when I open the door, imagine that I just farted. And the look that you would give me that when I open the door and you smell it. And so now every time I see this scene, I see the look on his face right there. It's just like, God damn, did you just do that? And I just die every time.
That's funny. That's crazy. Did you fart?
But again, and the look is perfect. Like, God damn.
But this is cool. I mean, this is all really cool because it's giving you more of this clone armies being built by Sifo Dyas, who's dead, and like what's going on here. And then I like that Django, like, oh, he just wanted one kid, or one clone that was unaltered. And so you already know. You're like, Boba Fett, sweet.
Yeah.
Very cool.
That's
what do you
cool,
think of Django Fett's armor the first time you saw it? Like,
I love Django Fett.
Oh yeah,
so good. I was just like,
it was so good.
Which I think it's even better now because of the Mandalorian.
Agreed. I agree. But overall, that suit is really cool. The blue and shit, it just works.
Oh yeah.
Love to have that bust.
Oh, this was the worst. This was the worst. When he pushes the little apple thing and she like stabs it out of the air and like that it's all the worst CGI. It's the worst. It's so bad.
Well, if you don't like the dialogue in this one, this was where, and again, Lucas kind of was finishing this script like right up the last second. Apparently, he did not like his own dialogue and what he wrote for this scene. So basically turned it over to those two actors and said, here's what we're looking to accomplish. Ad-lib the whole thing. So they just kind of, they went off script on this whole thing. And it makes it even worse because like when he refers to Obi-Wan, like, oh, Obi-Wan would be so grumpy. Like nobody talks like that.
Well, I mean, they do in this movie. The dialogue's all over the place. He's like, you torment me. Yeah, all this stuff. I'm like, that was a lot.
This was
a moment after, which was a really good fight between the two of them on this platform.
Great. That was a great fight. It's funny. I didn't even remember how good that fight was. I was like,
except there's a scene where Obi-Wan's like gets flung off the edge and he shoots his little grappling plunger thing.
That shit like get hurt.
And that little wire, and he like, it like stops him like that. I'm like, yo, your hands are fucked, bro. I don't care how much force you're in tune with. Your hands are fucked. That's like a braided wire. Ooh, all your body weight. No, your hands is done, son.
Yeah.
You're not doing shit to the door.
The blood is like gushing.
Yeah. You'd have been like, and then falling into the ocean.
Yeah. Basically. I don't give a
How
fuck
about
how you got.
one of Django's tools is the ability to have Batman greaves.
Oh yeah, the little shit they had on his own, right?
Yeah.
That was cool. I kind of like it.
This one I pulled
Man,
because
get those toys.
there was a CGI, because this whole thing is CGI, even Django getting onto the ship. And it was intentionally done to where when he gets on, he hits his head just like the stormtrooper from A New Hope, how he hits his head on the door.
Really?
Which,
Yeah.
which at the time was like, okay, well, that makes sense because we're seeing clone troopers for the first time. But now that we've fleshed out the entire story and know that stormtroopers are not clones, now it doesn't make sense.
I don't think it was because of that. I think it was just an homage to that scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I was thinking it was more along the lines of like, well, the reason he hit his head is because, he's a clone from this one.
That's
No,
really deep. But I don't think they're thinking that much.
No, I think they're just thinking just like, it's a trap or I have a bad feeling about this. It's just
they're just being
those
funny.
little nuggets, right? That we've seen in other things, and they kept that mistake in the movie, so now they're gonna throw it back.
Yeah, and Ed, let's be honest, clones was way better shooters than fucking stormtroopers are.
Oh, well, they should be. They were designed for it versus
suck.
conscripts.
Garbage. Fucking clones was fucking nice. Like they hit their targets a lot.
Yeah, they literally wiped out the Jedi. So.
Literally, they didn't miss not one target.
This fool is so nasty. All the flies buzzing around. That was the only thing I could notice this time around. I was just like,
Yeah.
Watto, you look like you smell like shit.
Agreed.
Your little hat don't help nothing.
Especially the Republic clones. Exactly. Man, it was nice.
I sold her years ago. Fucking, that's it.
Damn,
When he
Steve,
rec-
I get you some voice work.
Ania, it is you.
Well,
Hey, what's up?
here you go.
What do you know?
Yeah. And then he gets all angry. He's like, my mother. He's like, whoa, okay.
I sold her for chips and dips.
Sold her to some dude that freed her and married her. Wink. Like, wait, why are you winking at me, Watto? He freed her and married her. Like, dude, stop winking. You're making it weird.
Oh man.
I always feel like R2 is like the worst robot to have in the desert. Like, come on, man. He never gets his wheels stuck. Like, damn well. They haven't just solved that problem. Like, they're on wheels.
Wow.
I don't know, man. I think R2 got some he might got some nice little
we haven't
Right.
gotten to episode 3 yet. We find out he has jets in the next one. Or
Well,
that's-
we'll
that's
find it out in this
That's
one.
this one. Sorry, that's this one.
Yeah, is this one too?
Yeah, that's this one. That's one of
When
my
I see that,
other
we'll
droid
get
issues.
there. Like, but
Yeah.
this was
cool.
This scene right here was cool as shit.
This was great. I
still
love
think-
seeing the Slave One go to town.
But the best, he had him dead to rights. If he would have let one of them seismic charges go as he left that fucking tunnel that he was in,
right.
just let it go right there. Like, you can clear it, and he's still in there. When that thing goes inside the asteroid, he's definitely gonna die. But plot, so didn't do that.
he needed it.
But the
But
sound effect is one of the best. In all
yo,
of
that
them.
shit was fucking awesome. Like, oh, you played it? Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
hear it.
It's like it doesn't work.
Oh, okay. But it was still dope. It was a great scene all the way. Just seeing the Slave One in action was fucking phenomenal.
And Anakin has every right to be mad at these fucks. They're all just like, yeah, your mom totally got kidnapped, and well, that's about it. They're like, what?
Like, you know what? He did say he tried to find her, but
Yeah.
he lost his leg. Like,
fucking what did Joel Edgerton didn't like? You look like you got both your legs.
Well, and what's he
What's
worried
going
about?
on?
I mean,
It's your
he
mom,
basically
bro.
he basically bought her, freed her, and married her. He can do it again.
oh
He'd
shit.
go buy another one.
Oh damn, that's messed.
Yeah,
Look,
I guess that's
I
true.
know.
That, like, oh, that's why Watto was winking. Fuck, 'cause you don't give a shit. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Sex trafficking in Star Wars.
Oh my god.
God damn.
That's her. That's
This part was just Ed. This was when he was sneaking in. Did he get caught?
This is-
Didn't he get caught here?
Oh yeah,
not
no,
here.
he got
He
caught.
was listed. He gets caught, but he gets caught
Yeah.
when he's transmitting back to
Yeah.
to Mace Windu and Yoda.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Or no, Anakin and then because then he finds that Anakin's not there because Anakin's murdering all the sand people.
She's like, he finds her, and she's like, I'm still a bad actress. I'm like, oh, I know you still are. It's still not good.
No, the way she died, she was like this.
She's like, I was like, oh.
Yo, she ain't shit. Oh man.
But it spurns him on to become a mass murderer.
oh
Yo.
yes.
The one part Ed you skipped though was the one part where it was foreshadowing Darth Vader, and you looked at it like through the shadow. And it was like,
On the side of the building.
yeah, it looked like a helmet, and it was just like a cloak. Like that shit looked the dope as shit. I was like, oh, that's cool.
Well, they've done that in posters, but they actually put the real Darth Vader shadow, which makes it look so cool.
Oh, they did that. That's what they did
For episode 1. They had like
for episode 1.
little
Yeah,
Jake Lloyd running around.
yeah.
No, he took no prisoners, and then in the next movie, he kills a bunch of younglings. He's just
He gets a taste for
Wow.
it because he
Yeah.
says it. He's like, I killed the men and the children. You're like, oh, he like did a little chuckle after he said the children. It was kind of
Yeah, he killed every little whatever thing was here, man. He just killed everything. Sand people, like he fucked them up.
killed the dogs.
He
That's
did
messed up.
kill the dogs, killed the kids. Like, god damn. Right
Babies.
there.
the worst. He's
Right,
the biggest
yo.
serial killer than Michael Myers.
The crazy part is Yoda knew all this shit, and like, yo, bro, you knew it, and you knew he just killed some little Tuscan kids. Like, yo, you come on, man. Like, you knew it was happening. Like, this dude ain't right. Y'all should
No.
took him out then.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it,
But what happened was they went to war, and in war,
He forgot all about that shit.
you can't think about that stuff. You need soldiers, right? You need Jedi.
and
He's
we
got
need
talent, just like in
Yep.
sports. Keep the talent.
Padme
with the
needed, she needed blue milk.
This is the first time I actually realized that was blue milk right there. I forgot that blue milk was right there. I was like, oh shit, blue milk.
What's up, zombie?
I killed them all.
Yo,
This is the best.
They're dead.
yo, Padme was looking real tight in that white
the best
outfit.
bit.
Ooh, yeah.
Yo,
And it just continues to get better and better.
yo,
oh,
it was just-
man.
I was like, dang
How can this get better? Oh, there it is.
it. She was looking real tight. Respect.
Quite nice. Anyways, moving on.
Captured, and they're displaying him like a piece of art.
But like, why? Like, why don't Count Dooku just like cut him in half? Right
Yeah, I
there.
didn't understand either. Why give
It's
it
like,
a whole?
damn. Like,
You know why? Because Count Dooku asked him to join him. Because what all these Sith do, they try to get somebody else to join them so they can take out the main guy, so they can be
Yeah.
the main guy.
Which he did. He did try to do that. He was like, there's a more powerful thing, and we need to take him out. Like, wait, what?
Right.
Exactly.
okay, so he did, and then Obi-Wan's like, no, dumbass, and then Count Dooku's like, okay, cut him in half. like solve this problem.
Yeah,
All the posturing and fucking boasting.
this is where
Oh.
you it all up at.
That's
Go
where we
ahead.
see ET.
Ed, explain this scene, Ed, because you got some little hits there.
Oh, well, the little picture at the bottom was just cool because that's, again, one of those little Easter eggs that if you look in a scene during the Senate, they are the aliens from ET.
Yeah,
So they have a seat at the Galactic Senate. So they're part of the Star Wars universe. So they've been around because this was a long time ago.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's like the head hitting thing. Like I guess they are canon, but
Yeah.
it's cool that they're there. I wonder if there's any other like
Aliens.
weird little ones that nobody's
Oh.
noticed, or like a little like batteries not included ship or something, you know, like
God, I would love to have one.
Xenomorphs.
oh yeah, one of those glowy cocoon aliens.
That'd be cool as shit. And this is where Jar Jar fucks it all up.
Predators.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, that'd be awesome. Palpatine's like, I moved to 3 red dots.
Over.
Yeah, the C-3PO just I can't, you know, one funny little stick moment, but it was one after another.
It didn't
That
bother
it
me
was-
though. I liked it.
It was too much. The whole
Now my question here: how did you feel when you first seen R2D2 fly?
I felt like, what? You could have done that so many times in episodes 4, 5, and 6 and gotten them out of jams.
and
Well,
they never
there's
justified like that it
technology to do
broke.
You said what? The technology wasn't there.
They never technology to do in those movies.
It's like the moon landing. Like we could do it back then, but now we can't. Weird.
Yeah,
Existence presentation.
Yeah.
yeah. That's a big Senate chamber. Who knows who's there? But yeah, no. If they would have given us something like when you get to the next movie, like towards the end, if R2D2 gets damaged and all of a sudden his thrusters break off, okay, I'm good. But
You could show me that picture right there and tell me that that's R2D2 and C-3PO in an alien movie, and I would believe you. Like that kind of looks like an alien ship. Like what's it called? Like a Ridley, like a
it's dark.
Prometheus. Like it's got the lines and all that shit going up.
And when the Geonosians start crawling out of the walls, yeah, it's horror-esque for sure.
I didn't really like those guys. Some aliens, man, it's like hit and miss with these prequels. Like, I feel like they're overcomplicated.
They were useless. Like literally, like it was just like fodder. It was just like, oh well, let's make the dumbest aliens on the planet, and then we can just kill them easily. Like that was, you know,
they're the ones who build the battle droids, and you can tell that they're basically replication of them. So
just like them.
True.
yep.
Flimsy and bullshit.
And I didn't even really think about it because of when we had the initial review or our kind of rating on it. That we talked about that whole scene as they go into the industrial center where they're building the droids. I unintentionally or maybe subconsciously intentionally skipped that whole thing in the images just because I was like, yeah, okay, this means nothing.
Oh, because that was it. That was the part that Lil was like, what the hell's the point of all this shit?
Yeah.
Well, that's where she professed her love. I have to tell you before we go out and get paraded around like it's the Little Mermaid.
I like that. I like that industrial part though. Kind of gave it a little bit like, oh well, you know, I really thought Anakin was gonna get his hand cut off right there. I remember when I first watched this shit, I was like, oh shit, gonna get his hand cut off right here. I was like, oh no, it didn't happen.
Nope.
That didn't happen. So anyway,
It's like they're like Gladiator in Star Wars. Hey, and you know what? These little fuckers, these 3 alien monsters were
So cool.
everywhere. Toys.
This is all for toy purpose.
And you know what? All of those
Oh.
toys fucking ruled. All 3 of those
They did.
monsters ruled. Man, those things are sweet.
This was all for toy purposes. It was like, oh, we need some toys.
And boy, did they get some. Because,
Yeah.
I was
man.
gonna say, they needed some toys. This whole movie's a toy.
No, you're right.
Oh yeah.
This whole movie is a toy. This was some badass shit though.
That's
Max was like, not
That's
on my
what-
watch, bitch.
that's what you call foreshadowing.
Oh yeah. Well,
Right?
well, I was gonna say, you just want to jump right to the next one. Boom.
I thought this was cool though. Like this whole little scene with like all the Jedi and shit, they all came out. Like I thought that was cool as shit. Like that was
It
the
was.
first time I've ever seen that.
It's the only time you've seen it
Yeah,
since.
the only time you ever see it. Yeah.
You've never seen a giant Jedi versus anything army fight in live action. We got close to it in the Acolyte, and it looked better than the last CGI fest did in Episode 1 with the droids versus the whatever Jar Jar's people are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Gungans.
Yeah. So like this at least looked they had upped their game quite a bit here.
You know what's fucked up though? Like I think Django was a wasted character because he was so cool. I wish we would have got more out of him.
There's so much more in there. That's what I'm talking about. Like the space between Episode 1 and 2. There's tons of stuff.
Yeah, I actually would have liked to see him just keep going. To be honest,
Where did Django Fett meet Count Dooku? Like, what was he doing on that moon? What were they doing out there? Like, what the fuck was going on?
Yeah,
I don't know. Hired him for a job. He's hired gun. You know, there's another a different version of this where Mace Windu basically cuts off like arms, like he really rather than just the head.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I think he cuts off both arms, and I mean it's brutal. I can see why they didn't put it in the movie, but now it's cool to go back and watch.
It kind of sucks though because Boba Fett really never got his like revenge on the Jedi in many ways. Like, you know, like he didn't really get his chance to like take on Mace Windu or like another Jedi. I mean, in the comic books he does, but like in this, he never really got his chance to like kind of like get his comeuppance for some shit.
Nothing. He like grows up and then he gets like bamboozled by a Jedi into the Sarlacc pit, and then he just
the thing is the Jedi were a myth at that point. They were gone.
they were gone.
Yeah,
true that.
You got cheated.
Yeah. All right.
So
sweet.
Yep. These are all that's left, and we were fortunate, at least in my opinion, that as we talked earlier, with us doing a lot for his kids, we didn't have the in-sync Jedi because they were here, and I think there is one scene where you can see them in the background.
But yeah, in-sync
they
was
got cut.
They did cut it out though, didn't they?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Thank goodness. I did not need that.
They were all Jedis.
Yeah, they got a cameo.
Weird.
I did in this part. I did like how how when they showed Yoda come down and like they had just that one view and he just kind of came down, was like, yeah, bitch, I got all the clones now. I like that part. That was
they're like, we're gonna go see what we want. He's like, I'm gonna go get our buddies. And then he came rolling deep.
I love the clones, man. The clones was fucking cool as shit, man.
Yeah,
I love how
armor
they
looks
colors. Yeah. This was like the first time they established like, you know, who's got who or whatever. I thought that was cool.
And here's where we realized that it was the Geonosians who actually had the original plans for the Death Star.
So that's what I was going to ask, because how did this tie in with Rogue One? What's the timing?
I don't know. I thought
I forgot about.
I thought Mads Mikkelsen designed.
I thought he
Death
did
Star,
too.
which is why they were.
Well, he built it, but I don't know. Maybe it's like what was it, Family Guy?
Here's how we fix this. Go to the next one. The next slide. Yeah, there you go. Okay, we just it didn't exist. I like it better with Mads Mikkelsen when he did it. I like it better with him and Rogue One. We'll just forget that. The Geonosians are fine. They gave us the droid army. That's all their contribution.
Well, it's from the Family Guy when he's like, I got an idea, and he pulls out the napkin with a circle on it. And he goes, "This." So
this was
right. So they had an idea, and then Mads Mikkelsen
actually built
the idea around, and then left
that makes sense.
You know, the vent open.
Yeah, that makes sense. That works. That works for me. If we gotta explain it like that, it works.
If you like adding extra unnecessary steps, then yes,
we've got lots of that.
But remember, though, all the Geonosians was killed, though, right? Like, I assume that they was all killed, like when Anakin.
Yeah, we don't know, right? Yeah,
yeah. So
maybe they were because Dooku took the plans.
True.
Oh yeah.
True. and maybe he gave it to the Emperor, and then the Emperor was like, "I need
They were
somebody."
they were incomplete plans. You know,
Yeah.
it just had it was DOS 1.0, and then they needed more stuff.
Yeah, you're not building a whole Death Star from that small picture in your hand.
Yeah,
I need detail.
they're like, here, Mads, make this. He's like, what the fuck? How big? They're like a planet. He's like, what the fuck? It's this.
Well, and they had those starships looked like little Death Stars that were coming out of the ground, right? So
wow.
I remember they did have prisoners building a lot of the pieces for the Death Star. Remember that?
That ship looks really weird.
That ship looked stupid as shit, didn't it? Yeah, I hated that ship. And then at the end, it had like a balloon.
Yeah, solar sail.
It was so stupid.
Yeah, I'm like that again. If you like adding unnecessary steps, like you're already in space with jets, just fucking fly.
Yeah. Fuck, what'd you need a fucking weather balloon for?
Oh, are you worried about fuel consumption? Are we doing that now? Because I have lots of questions if we're worried about fuel consumption.
you didn't realize that this ship was made by Elon. So
I thought we just didn't talk about fuel.
This is the Cybertruck of spaceships.
I mean, come on. We all love this scene. Yo, when Yoda came out and flashed his shit like a pimp and pulled that thing out the other side.
I was like, oh, it's little.
I remember everybody was there. I was like, oh, so cute. But then he started like putting his little magic in. Like, yo, everybody was like, oh, shit.
Turned into a little gremlin, like Sonic the Hedgehog gremlin. Like,
I remember this scene in the theaters, man. Yo, everybody was like, oh, shit. And he just started flipping around and shit.
Everybody laughed afterwards when he picked up the cane and started walking.
I know, right? He's like, motherfucker, for real.
Everyone's like, ha ha. And I'm like, that's kind of dumb. Like, he was just spinning off the walls and everything, and now he's gonna like
go back to a cane.
Yeah. Like, come on. Again, passive aggressive. Like, he's like, help me up the stairs, you will. Like,
exactly. I'm gonna let everybody think. I'm gonna let everybody think that I have a hip condition, but now I really don't.
Yeah, haha. But then he does the same shit in the next episode.
There was a shot.
Palpatine, yeah.
There was a shot before the Yoda fight where, like, after Dooku tapped Obi-Wan twice, like, pap, pap, and he was like on the ground. He was about to kill him, like it's so many opportunities, but now you're gonna try, and then like Anakin dives in and like sticks his lightsaber and bam, like stops it, right? And then they have like a chat. I'm like, Dooku, just like, there's nobody blocking you from hitting him. Like, just hit him real quick. Yeah, like, nah. And then I love how like when they're fighting, like Anakin like does this little spin twirl and it like hits this hose and it makes all these sparks go over. I was like, so emo. Like, why?
The funny
why did you have to do that?
Yo, the funny shit is when he got his hand
more
cut off.
Pizzazz.
Yo, when he got his hand cut off and he fell, he was like this.
he went, ah!
It was like this. I was like, wow, what did he do? I was like, hey, he cut your hand off. All you could have been was like, ah, shit.
Yeah, like, oh my god. Like, he force pushed you. Like, maybe he bumped his little head.
I guess. I don't think he did, though. I think he just fell on Obi-Wan.
But that would be, if he did, that's twice he got put unconscious in like 3 minutes. Like, he had serious fucking brain damage.
He's like, oh, I got my hand cut off. You know what? Pretend to go to sleep.
Also, Mads designed the weapon system, not the whole station. Well, I guess that would make sense.
There you go. Well, then,
all right.
I mean, I guess we'll get to it when we get to Rogue One, right? Because that's
I guess when we get there.
Yeah,
we can
a couple movies, right? I mean, Rogue One's got to be in this because it continues the stories.
Of course, Rogue One.
Oh yeah,
and then Solo's after that.
Oh, I can't.
After or is it before?
Solo is after episode 3, right? No.
Yeah, I think Solo's first, right? Because
Rogue One.
Yeah. So we have to go to Solo.
Oh, Lil, you're gonna love that one.
Woohoo!
What's your name?
Yes.
Solo.
What was worse? The Han Solo naming or Martha?
Martha.
I don't know, man. Han Solo's means more than Martha
Ooh,
does.
Taylor, that's a whole thing.
Oh,
We're gonna hold that. We're gonna hold that for like maybe like year 2.
We'll see. We'll see after Skeleton Crew how long we have to wait for the next thing.
I wonder who that is under that hood.
We'll dip down. Who's that guy?
I don't know. The only other fucking Weasley face smarmy looking motherfucker in this franchise.
This was dope.
You know what I like? You seeing them, all the clones like walking into that ship, and it's like never ending. I'm like, how big is that ship that they're all walking into? There's like thousands of clones, like all just going up a ramp into a ship.
They made a lot of fucking clones. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
No, I know, but I'm saying like, how big is that ship?
In one fucking city either. That's bullshit.
And Jimmy Smith's again sitting here looking so depressed.
Yeah, it's so confounded.
No, so they got an army now. He's controlled the army. You know, what does he say? I'll give the power back when it's safe. And I'm like,
yep,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Which one? 2003 or the recent one? Clone Wars? I mean, animated Clone Wars. I don't know.
I guess we might have to do both.
Oh,
Dun.
Didn't we do the micro series?
We did do the micro series,
but not the. There's an animated movie.
Yeah.
Oh well, the animated movie. That's where the whole thing starts. That's like episode. That's like episode 1.
Yeah, we could have, but that was the first time we seen it.
Might have to.
I've never watched it. So.
Yeah, well, we get.
I never watched it either.
Well, Ed, we got something else to watch.
just like I didn't really.
Go back real quick, because this picture here reminds me a lot of that band Little Mermaid cover. If you look right in the center of the screen,
right
in the middle, a big dick right there in the middle of the screen, right there.
Well, that is it. And
yep. Secret wedding.
That is it.
And the Clone Wars have begun.
Well, that's the thing too. Why did Yoda call them the Clone Wars? Like, it made no sense right then and there. Like, why is it called the Clone Wars, and why did you coin it right there?
Plot. It's how people talk in the galaxy far, far away, man. It's all pontifications. Well, especially from Yoda. You questioning this man's wordage?
The Clone Wars have begun. Like, what?
Sorry.
Well, you know what it was? I think that you know what? It's weird. There must have been a bigger story in his head that he had. And I think he think maybe the Clone Wars was actually a thing. Again, he talked about the Clone Wars in New Hope.
Right. So, I get that, because that part was after the fact. So after the fact, it's the Clone Wars, right? But like the war kind of started, but did it start? Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yoda's like, oh no, that thing they talked about in episode 4 is starting now. Like what?
Or he's coining it because we need to get the merch out for the Clone Wars.
Of course, that's what it really was.
But it's not the Clone Wars. It's the clones versus the Federation. But it's not the clone. It's
very
it's
true.
Clones fighting clones.
The plot.
You're right. It's the plot.
So, is this where you insert the scene from Spaceballs when he rolls up the storefront?
Yes.
For all the merchandise.
Yoda's telling Kirk, who wants I got a Clone Wars coffee mug. Who wants the Clone Wars coffee mug? It's like, what
I guess Lucas is right. I guess that's when the Clone Wars started, but like, I guess he had to coin it. This is the Clone Wars. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Why is it Clone Wars? Like, I get after the fact because you have clones, and then you see what happens and all that stuff. Like when Obi-Wan talks about it at that moment in Episode 4.
I'm totally.
But here, why are they calling it the Clone Wars? Why is Yoda calling it Clone Wars?
Like,
I'm totally making the shirt says it's the plot
with the Star Wars font.
With the Star Wars font, I think that's
Sorry, plot armor.
It's the plot.
Because that fucking story had to get there. Well, that's fucking why.
Well, you could have said it.
Send you a shirt that says it's the plot.
It was in the script.
Yeah, fuck.
Very true.
Well, listen, we said it all. We did it all. We talked about it all. Again, this got 2 heroes and 2 high sidekicks. You know, I meant to actually tell people that we do have a rating system here. And if you don't know that, because if you're watching Stargeekz for the first time, we do have a rating system, which is hero, sidekick, high sidekick, low sidekick, and then 0 is the last. We're gonna have to play that at some point because I forgot to tell everybody at the beginning of doing this show.
I need to make. You wanted me to make one for the Star Wars, and I have not done that.
Yeah, but we do have a rating system here, so if you need to know that, that is our rating system. Just heads up for future references. I will actually put that in something, but I forgot. We forgot. Like, I forget to tell
we
people.
stopped doing it for our 31 days of horror. We just stopped because we're like, we've
had the rating system for 10 years.
But there's new people watching our show, the Star Wars show. So.
There is. All of our shows, there are new people, but
yeah, so got to talk about that. But yeah, that's the thing.
And I can think back and get nostalgic about when high sidekick and low sidekick were not a thing.
Yeah,
those were fighting. I was like, we were like,
I remember.
It's because anytime anybody said sidekick, you acted like they hated it. If you gave it a hero, they gave it a sidekick. It was like the worst thing.
And then we always make fun of my Terminator Genesis rating, but I'm pretty sure that was back in the days when there was no such thing as a high or low sidekick. And I was like, well, I didn't hate it, so hero.
No, you loved that movie.
Well, Lucas, we don't have a show next week because Steve is working, so we will actually record the week after that. We may just do something, Ed. I don't know. Maybe we can just talk about some bullshit next week. Steve, I don't want to review the Revenge of the Sith without you.
I love episode 3, so I can't wait to watch that one.
Well, there you go. That's Steve.
Oh yes.
But so we'll probably do a show next week, but we won't do Revenge of the Sith. So we'll just save that for another
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So. But definitely join us here next week. We'll be talking about something next week. We'll have something to talk about. And till next week, this is Sean.
This is Will.
This is Steve.
And this is Ed.
And may the Force be with you.
Always.